Coach, what's the latest with Jason Tatum?
Good to go.
Al as well?
Yep, Al as well.
Starting big or small?
Big.
Brad, your team has been most effective offensively this year when you can go 5 out. How do you kind of balance the decision of when to go small, especially against the Pelicans team with such size on the front line?
Well, I think most effective offensively.
Yeah.
That's the asterisk, right? Because defensively we've been really good with the bigger lineup in. So I think it's just something that you manage as you go throughout the course of the game. There's times where they play one big, but those guys both play a heavy number of minutes. You know, I think they're both averaging 36 minutes in the last 7 games, closer to 38 minutes. So it challenges you to be able to hold your ground from a defensive standpoint, while at the same time trying to play, in a way that can spread the floor a little bit.
Brad, you were at the Butler Providence game yesterday. Is it hard to watch a game, especially Butler, and not coach in your mind?
No way. Completely free. I enjoy cheering. I find myself a little bit more emotionally engaged, probably. As far as like riding the highs and lows of the game. And I love sitting and being around it. And one of these days, that'll be my seat, and I will thoroughly enjoy it.
So you're not an emotional coach,
yeah.
But that does give you an outlet to be emotional.
Well, I'd say emotional is probably relative, but I really enjoy being at games as a fan. It's one of the things I think when you get into coaching that you miss about the sport. As you're going through and watching, NBA League Pass every night, you're looking at it from a tactical standpoint instead of an enjoyment standpoint. And it is fun to sit back and really be a fan. And it's one of the things I've enjoyed about making the transition from college to the pros is that I can just be a fan. And they're in a great place. Yesterday was a tough game, but, I love the way they're playing. I love their coach, and look forward to great things come March again.
Is there something about the college game and the popcorn that you miss? This is great up here, I'm sure.
I asked Tracy, I said, are all the fans always this passionate around you at our games? She said, yeah, they are. And so I learned some new words. I was probably called a bunch of names. I had a Butler shirt on, so there were probably Celtics/Providence fans that were, anti-Brad and Gordon for a day.
Speaking of Gordon, now you said when we talked to you in the conference call, you said you didn't have a lot of contact when you went over there. Didn't ask. Have you kind of talked to him a little bit, mapped out travel, anything like that? Now that
we haven't talked about travel yet, but we spent yesterday afternoon together, obviously, and caught up quite a bit there. But he's been doing his consistent workouts. He's consistently got his routine with regard to his rehab. He's doing some spot shooting, very, very light. The other day I had him shoot a free throw in practice to determine whether we do the last drill or not, and he made it, so we didn't do it. So, he's doing all that he can right now.
Do you get that sense of excitement every time he takes that next step? I mean, you mentioned checking off the boxes like it's kind of analytical.
Yeah, and at the same time want to give him the comfort to know that we all know it's a long road ahead.
Has he started doing his film work with the young guys? I know you had said he was going to
he had a couple of cut-ups, and I don't know if they have officially sat down and done those or not. But I think that happened, at least with one. Yeah.
What do you think of the way that Rondo's been playing for New Orleans?
Great. Scoring a little bit more. Looking to score off of the pick and roll. Obviously you're in a bad predicament with him with the ball coming downhill, and you want to get back and recover to Davis and Cousins. You know that he is looking to find those guys, and he does his little fake, and then he scores around the rim. He's doing that at a great rate. I said yesterday he's the best passer in small areas I've ever seen, and clearly has a gear and a level that is really unique, and he's a heck of a player.
How much of a factor was his injury in the playoffs last year?
I don't know. Obviously he was playing great up to that point. We changed everything about how we were going to play prior to his injury, playing smaller, switching a lot more. I don't know how that would have impacted things because we never got a chance to see it. But the way that we played in the last 4 games structurally was how we were going to play. Assuming Rondo was going to play, since none of us knew he wasn't until a couple hours before Game 3.
Coach, you look at the game in London against the Sixers. The Celtics came back from a 22-point deficit. What does this team need to do in order to get off to faster starts?
Make shots, guard somebody, not throw it in the stands, not throw it to the other team. Try to keep the other team from making shots. I don't know. There's a lot. But I thought Philadelphia played great. I thought that they made really, really difficult shots, Simmons especially. Redick had his normal first quarter where he torches people. And, and we were not getting good shots. We were settling. We were not executing. We weren't running very good offense. And once we started settling down and doing that, we came back. But it wasn't our best performance.
Did you speak to the team at all down there yesterday, Butler?
No, not my role. I'm good. Oh yeah. Those guys. Laval was a senior when I first started coaching. And then we worked together for a few years. I coached 2 of the guys that are on his staff right now. All the administrators were there. That we got a chance to work for, and it's good for our kids too to get a chance to. I mean, they watch 2 things. They watch all the Celtics games and they watch all the Butler games, and that's a big part of their upbringing.
Do you think would draw more of a crowd at one of those, you or Gordon?
Oh, Gordon. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Yeah.
Coach, did you recruit Anthony at all, or what was your history at all with him?
None. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.